Position 20th as 20 drivers on the grid, 20,000 horsepower. About to get ready to get on with the 5 red lights will go on and then off, and we will get ready for the start of this race. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And the lights are out, and away we go as Ripper Rick on pole position gets a fantastic start off the line. And we have Dilgaff challenging in the turn 1, who's about to get taken on the inside by Speed King, but thankfully he gets ahead of Speed King as well. We have a few positions jostling already as there's a big amount of carnage in the background, but looks to be relatively okay up in front as Ripper Rick got an amazing start in this race. I got a big rig in second, Dilgaff in third, Speed King in 4th, X Breezy is in 5th position, Pecan moves up his position in 6th, and now he's got a deal. Looks to be Birdman looking to go around the outside of Snipper Pig, going side by side through the turn there, and this is going to be rather interesting if they can go side by side through here. Very slippery this corner is. Surprised maybe if some driver loses it already, and thankfully it looks to be okay. We saw some McLarens battling in the background as well. They look to be Honos who was going side by side, and look on the inside, Shawsome on Publix, what a move, puts himself in the P10 in the points. As what a crazy lap number 1 it has been already. We've seen some amazing side-by-side action throughout.
Coming out of that corner,
and he's about to have to deal with the Red Bull.
Speed King takes advantage.
Ooh, they're still side-by-side in Speed King, and now look at this. It looks to be X Breezy who's going to try to get ahead of him.
He's going to lose it to Pecan as well.
Side-by-side of Pecan and almost losing it. Yes, he does, and Pecan up to P5. What a start by Pecan. Was starting P8 up to, P7, now up to P5. An amazing start by the Haas driver. And he is really racing. Look at this, trying to force his way out of Big Rig, who is closing the door left and right. Breezy, Little having much trouble trying to find a way past Big Rig, but now on this DRS straight should be rather easy for the Racing Point driver, who is going to get ahead of the Haas driver. And now the Haas drivers are going to go Pecan up to P4 ahead of his teammate, and it's going to go into P3 ahead of X Breezy. What a move on the inside into the hairpin. And now Breezy on the back foot in P4 has to deal with Big Rig now behind him. Snipper Pig is up to 6th on the inside of Dilgaff, on the inside in the final turn. What a move by him. Now the Ferrari of Dilgaff might be looking to make a move around the outside in the turn 1. He's going to go to the far outside, and he's going to make contact with Snipper Pig, and he's still on the outside. Now it's the Alfa Romeo of Dreamsy who takes a very adventurous line off track. Now still on the inside is Dilgaff, still going side by side. No, there's contact now, and I think that's compromised Dilgaff. And oh, they're still making contact, wheel banging left and right, and now he's got better traction, trying to make a move around the outside, and he goes on the outside, and they're still banging wheels, and I think the Ferrari of Dilgaff just might get it. Yes, he does. Finally gets the better line and makes the move happen up to P6, and that is some amazing racing.
This just in the first 4 laps, this might be a candidate for race of the year.
And disastrous for him. Shawsome is now on the way down in 16th. I got a big rig. There's a lot of moves here. Look at this, Breezy and Pecan going side by side. Pecan defensive position and is up into P3 right now. Pecan has had an amazing start to this Grand Prix. X Breezy in the slipstream might be able to make a move on the inside in the turn number 1. And here we go in the turn number 1. And Breezy goes on the inside. And it's contact from the back. Pecan losing at P4 now for Pecan. But he can still make some challenges on X Breezy. What a race so far. Now Dreamsy and
Snipper Pig.
Dreamsy and Snipper Pig side by side. He loses as though Dreamsy down to 8th position. Now he's going to try to make a challenge back on Snipper Pig. And he might just about do it. Going to try to hang it around the outside. He's got a Haas in front of him, which is going to make this tough, but he's still going to be side by side of him. He loses it a little bit of wheel banging, and we've seen a lot of that in this race from a lot of drivers. On the inside, though, is Dreamsy, and ahead of Snipper Pig. And up on the uphill chicane, here we go. Snipper Pig in the slipstream of Dreamsy. Dreamsy in the slipstream of Big Rig, who has had a problem here on this DRS straight, as here we go. Dreamsy should get the move done on Big Rig with DRS activated, and here we go. Coming down the DRS line, he might have to make a dive on the inside to get the job done, and let's see what happens here on the inside. Gets the move, and then Big Rig tries to make a switchback, but it doesn't work, and Dreamsy up the piece.
Really good on these drivers, though. As much contact is happening, nobody is really forcing an issue, which is really nice to see, because it could easily happen with how much contact's really happening.
And still riding on board with Dilgaff, who was in the slipstream. Pecan losing the back end a little bit right there. That might hurt Pecan. He loses it again, and Pecan spins round, and that amazing start goes to terribleness. He thankfully keeps it out of the wall, but Pecan, is he reversing on track? That could have been a disaster. I thought he was reversing there for a second. And look at this. Honos is about to go on the inside of the Red Bull driver. They make contact with the wheels a little bit. A big dive on the inside. He's going to hit the back of the AlphaTauri, who almost gets spun around by that. Thankfully, Honos is able to keep it slow enough that public doesn't get too affected by that, and is
no
going
damage.
to...
Wow.
Forget DRS trains. This has been a battle train as Snipper Pig hits the back of Big Rig. And let's see if he can try to make a move. Big Rig is all over the track right now. Snipper Pig's got some major slipstream. He's going to make a move, dive on the inside, and is going to just about make the move happen. Yes, he will. Big Rig not able to defend that, and he is down into P6. Now he's got Public, so it's an AlphaTauri sandwich right now for Big Rig in the Haas, and he is under. Big Rig is struggling under braking, struggling in some of these turns, and Big Rig is in a lot of trouble right now. Might have to make a pit stop soon, diving on the inside, and he is going to just make the move. Publix, ooh, they're making contact, and I think that's getting a little bit testy here now. And look at that, kill the Birdman with an amazing dive, and he gets the move on Big Rig, who's lost 2 positions in a couple of corners, and now he's got to deal with Honos, who's in a drag race with him right now, and Honos might have to make a move on the inside. We're going to have to wait and see. No, Big Rig now switching to the outside lane, trying to make a move around the outside of the Red Bull driver. It makes sense, in my opinion, based on the Delta time.
Might actually
ooh, Hurricane's out. Virtual safety car. And he crashed. It's not a full safety car.
Oh yeah. Right out of that final corner before the back DRS straight.
So Easy Hurricane is out of the race. That's going to help Ripper Rick a lot. Now he's only got to deal with the medium tire guys who are going to pit. I'm assuming, yep, both Publix and Korab pit. Ripper Rick does not, as I don't think he would want to. Snipper Pig gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Oh, no.
Oh, not what he wanted to in the middle of this race.
Here we go. Snipper Pig is all over Pecan right now. Almost lost the back end again coming out of that final turn. Runs up on a lot of curb, and here comes Snipper Pig. DRS will be activated in overtake mode. Lots of battery to play with, and Pecan can do nothing. Sitting duck right now on the inside into the hairpin. Actually still hanging it around the outside, but a move made by Snipper Pig up in the P13.
Yeah, Snipper Pig's really got to start making those moves to get back into
the points. Pecan takes a very adventurous line off track. I don't know about that one, ladies and gentlemen. He kind of passed him off track right there. Jonathan, what's the reaction to that one there from Pecan?
It's definitely borderline, at least.
I don't know, borderline. That was a pretty flagrant. I went off track and overtook you. Pecan right there really extending track limits. A little bit of IndyCar action going on right now.
Trying to be nice there, but yeah.
Pecan is under pressure right now, and it looks like he's actually struggling for pace, rather much so. And on the DRS straight, overtake is activated. Does he make a move on the inside on Pecan? Yes, he does. A big dive bomb. Might be able to make a switchback as Pecan does in fact do so. Gets better traction. Here comes Snipper Pig on the final turn. Pecan is again on the off second. Ooh, man, Snipper Pig almost had his race go up in smoke right there. That was a serious snap from the rear, and he thankfully controlled it. A good save by him, but Snipper Pig almost went right into a wall. So definitely going to be, ooh, look at this. Oh, no, there's an issue here. Bossman's out of the race, and Publix has been spun around. Virtual, again, another VSC. So Bossman is out of the race. Not too sure what happened there, but Publix has been spun around. Not too sure what happened.
Almost stopped there. I'm looking at Bryce to see if I can see the incident. It looks like Bossman spun coming out of the final corner.
That's
and went straight into the
looks
wall.
like where Antonio Giovinazzi and Albon have crashed in the past. But a VSC only, so we don't go under full yellow flag racing conditions under a safety car. So unfortunately for a lot of drivers, this isn't going to help them very too much. So
yeah, no,
kill the Birdman, drive-through penalty. Oh dear, no. And that's going to put him out of the top 10, out of the points. Breezy's retired. Breezy's out of the race. He's had a crash in Sector 3.
Into the pit lane.
So Breezy's pulled a Lewis Hamilton and he's out of this race.
In one VSC.
That is insane. Ripper Rick is into the pit. Well, Ripper Rick pitted. That makes no sense. Tell me what sense that actually makes. Because let's look at these tires. There's Speed King's not pitting. Dreamsy's not pitting. Did Ripper Rick just... I think Ripper Rick just blew this race.
I don't know what just...
It's lap 22 of 28, and there is no reason for me to believe that anybody ahead of Ripper Rick is going to be making another pit stop at the end of this race.
I don't even know what to say.
I mean, we're literally talking about a dominant performance. You're not going to lose any time under VSC. Ripper Rick will make up some positions, but I think Ripper Rick right here just blew this race. There is no reason, in my opinion, for him to make that pit stop unless he didn't think he could make it to the end on the hard tires. But it looked like he was having a fine time of it. Didn't seem like he was losing any pace. So he must know something we don't know. But he makes a move on Korab, and now he's going to go up to 5th position. But he's got to make up, let's see, 5 seconds on Publix, then 2 seconds on Dilgaff, unless Publix makes up that time. Another second on Dream. I think this race has been blown for Ripper Rick.
What? And he's in the pit again.
What has happened? What's going on? What is going on? Ripper Rick is back into the pit lane. Is this a drive-through that I was not told about?
I'm going to check.
It is. I think that, no, it is a drive-through penalty. Ripper Rick has just served a drive-through penalty, and he is down in 9th position. And what is going on in this Chinese Grand Prix? Ripper Rick has just served a drive-through penalty, I'm assuming for speeding, and we've got a battle ahead of us as Big Rig and Snipper Pig are going side by side. Snipper Pig on the outside, now going to have the inside line coming into this turn. There we go, back into racing conditions. On the grass was Snipper Pig and gets ahead of Big Rig, but Ripper Rick has gone a drive-through penalty. I didn't even see it get applied in the spectator mode.
Either.
But Ripper Rick must be absolutely livid. This race has been stolen from him, essentially. And Dreamsy is now battling with Speed King. This is the lead for the race right now. We're seeing as Dilgaff is in the battle, too. What scenes in this Chinese Grand Prix?
I didn't even see it come up.
And Dreamsy is now battling with Speed King. This is the lead for the race right now. We're seeing as Dilgaff is in the battle too. What scenes in this Chinese Grand Prix kill the Birdman in almost last? BOE Bryce somehow is still kept it in last place.
Spider on my bed.
I wish that spider killed you for doing that on stream.
I do apologize.
And Ripper Rick goes fastest on track, 133.6, and he looks to make an outside move on Snipper Pig, and he's still trying to make that move on Snipper Pig. Doesn't make it happen though. Jonathan can't control himself. He almost died of a spider.
Live moments. I do apologize to everyone.
Only in the United Drivers League, as we have seen. I have not seen a crazier race like this. And here we go. Dreamsy breaking into the chicane. No moves from anybody. Dreamsy keeps the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. They're Speed King in second, Dilgaff in third. I know there's some 3-second time penalties that need to be served, so I'll have to wait and see how the grid order lines up after all this one. But nonetheless, the big story here, Ripper Rick, as here we go, a Muxapia move on the outside. He's going to do it. I thought he was too far back, but he's going to make a big dive around the outside. Now has the inside line. What scenes here on the final few laps? 3 laps to go. He's been spun into the wall, and that is it for Dilgaff for the lead of this race. And Dilgaff into the wall with major front wing damage. And almost had a McLaren who just came back on track whizzing, and that is some serious front wing damage. That's an end plate gone on the car. The front tires must be cooked. Caught it all on stream though, so Shawsome, sorry if you wanted to get away with it, but you didn't. I caught it all on stream, my guy. Dreamsy is going to, however, win the Chinese Grand Prix. Can you believe what you have just seen?
Oh, and Speed King right into the wall.
Speed King is on track, still on the wall. A McLaren comes across the line to finish P4. Honos comes across and is going to finish P5. I am out of breath. I cannot believe what I've just seen. That was amazing. And look at the gap with the penalty for Snipper Pig. 100th of a second. Ripper Rick finishes in P7. I can't imagine the feelings that are going through his mind.
I don't even know what to say.
Well, anyway, there it is. Dreamsy wins the Chinese Grand Prix. A well-deserved race victory with all of the drama that has happened. A few VSCs, a few crashes in the pit lane, some amazing on-track battles. That was a Chinese Grand Prix to behold. And big props to Dreamsy, who wins the Grand Prix. And on the podium with him is Speed King and Publix, finishing P3. P4 for Korab, 5th for Honos, Snipper Pig in 6th, 7th for Ripper Rig. It's 8th for Big Rig, 9th for Pecan, 36th, 10th for Dilgaff in 11th is Drew U24, Dilsack in 12th, 13th for the Imperial, 14th for Kill the Birdman, 15th in BOE Bryce, 16th for Shawsome, 17th for Hellmaid, 18th for Breezy, and 19th is Bossman. Hurricane is in 20th. These are all DNFs. Except for Shawsome. Shawsome actually got classified in 16th, but he did crash, and the wheel did not stay on the car. That is how hard he crashed into the pit lane. The wheel tethers did not help that tire.